We're going to send him out for 2 minutes. I'm not going to send him out for 2 minutes. I need him. Because I'm about to go do the Black Talon. We're going to do a run through the Black Talon. We'll talk about it. I'm not going to do it on Super Hardcore. Or like anything like that. But I'm going to talk about it. We'll tell you a little bit about how you can get through it on the solo difficulty. I highly recommend, if it's your first time doing it, just doing it on story mode. But if you want to take it on veteran, you can. And there are ways to beat it solo on veteran. You just have to be smart. But I am dumb, so yeah. Alright, and I'll sort of rehash some of this as we go along. Lord, alright. Love to see some chatters today, but it's okay if we don't. Alright, so anyhow, you get to this point in your storyline. You've just come off Korriban. You're headed to Drummond Koss. One way you could do it is just go straight there with the express shuttle, which is canonically it's actually a slower route, but you know it doesn't involve a side quest. Or you can talk to Homie G over here. Duros.
Nulilak apajam kamgam. Amkanem nang. Ampanem nang memua inok. Nikag agak kik debab. Naya amgam barakeki.
And yeah, so he tells you basically that your master or employer or whatever has arranged for you to have faster transport through a more straightforward route aboard the Black Talon, which I assume you guys can read. So yeah, I'm just telling you things you already know, but that's what streaming and YouTube is for, is telling people stuff they already know in a way that entertains them. All right. So, next off, what we want to do is we can either refuse the mission, but why would you? It's more XP, and it's a fun mission. It's probably, honestly, one of my favorite flashpoints in the game, because it really just shows everything a flashpoint should be. And that is, well, we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. So, we'll go there.
Let's get it done.
Nanekari maraka amkam. Ja uklibik. Me maraknebab.
Yeah, of course it does. Okay, so we are going to start on story mode, just to kind of roll through. So flashpoints are kind of a special kind of raid. They are, for one, you can do them solo, but they teach you a little bit about the world. They give you a little crumbs of the storyline of this period in the galaxy. And specifically, they've been named flashpoints because they are little places narratively where even during this Cold War, things get hot. Some of them are more proxy, some of them are very, this is the Republic, this is the Empire, we're shooting at one another. And that's what the Black Talon is. So, yeah. Anywho, let's roll on into it. Got a text real quick. I wanna make sure that it's not a hey, I'm gonna call you, and then 4 minutes later I get a call, because that happens a lot. Because certain members of my family don't understand what the fuck boundaries are. Okay. So, now if you do this veteran mode, you'll also get a little... most times you get a little combat droid to help you out. But this is how I suggest you do it the first time through. Just enjoy the story,
Tell the captain that I'll be back on the bridge as soon as I've done his errand.
And in the future, you can come back and do it in veteran all you want.
Good to have you aboard. I'm Lieutenant Silas, second in command of the Black Talon.
You can solo it with the
We're
right
your
gear
ride to
and
Drummond Koss.
know-how.
It's a pleasure. Truly.
Indeed. Welcome. It's not a comfortable ship, but as transports go, it does its job. On our present course, we should arrive at the capital within a day. Won't be any trouble. I should also add on behalf of everyone, it's an honor to service the Sith and the Korriban Academy. Consider yourself our guest.
You should consider yourself fortunate.
Understood, my lord. I won't keep you further. When we arrive in the Drummond system, I'll have you informed. In the meantime, your droid's in the conference room. We picked it up with the upgrades from Geonosis. When we docked here, it mentioned
What's
your
this
name.
about a droid? Let's see. What would be the most chaotic?
If my droid's waiting, then I should see what it
We're gonna
wants.
roll with it.
Feel free to bother the crew if you need anything else. I'll be on the bridge. And you, soldier, when you're done playing honor guard, get back to your post. This isn't a luxury yacht.
Yes, sir.
Tell you, something I want to do is, well, you can't see me mousing around over here. I'd love to get, like, a little bit more going on my screen for, like over here, like what you guys are seeing. Like, I don't want to clutter things up, but I don't want to hide too much gameplay, because what you guys are here for is a little bit of me, but also a lot of it of the gameplay.
Identity
but, something
confirmed.
just to make
Good
the
day.
stream look a
I'm
little
Advanced
bit
Protocol Unit
fancier.
NR02. My functions are diplomacy, translation, manslaughter, and calumniation.
a little bit
I
more
have an urgent
professional,
message for you from my master. Please
even
stand
though
by
I'm
for
the
delivery.
least professional streamer.
Who's your master, and how does he know I'm here?
This is Unit NR02 to Grand Moff Kilran. You are now in contact with the Black Talon.
Well, so I am. And it seems you brought me just the person I've been looking for. My name is Rikus Kilran. I'm commander of the 5th Fleet, second to the Minister of War, and my personal favorite, the so-called Butcher of Coruscant.
Ah, yes.
Something wrong with the hologram? Or is your face supposed to look like that?
The scars, they're an old gift from a Jedi friend. I barely notice them anymore. 6 hours ago, the Republic engaged in an illegal border skirmish on the edges of Imperial territory. One enemy warship escaped. That warship, the Brental Star, is carrying a passenger of vital strategic importance. Yours is the only vessel placed to intercept.
This passenger the Brental Star is carrying. Who is it?
The warship's passenger is codenamed the General. We don't know his identity, but the Republic believes he possesses military secrets, our military secrets.
Uh-oh.
I trust the reports. The General must be captured or killed. Captain Orzik, the man commanding your transport, doesn't share my enthusiasm. He's disobeyed my orders to
Double
attack.
uh-oh.
Feel free to show him what the Empire does to cowards. Then commandeer his ship, find the Brental Star, and deal with the General.
Not exactly a simple request, you know.
This is not a simple age. Our millennia-old war against the Republic simmers while we engage in skirmishes and border disputes. Yet we cannot grow complacent. Traitors like your captain and threats like the General must be eliminated.
I will lead the way to the bridge. Once Captain Orzik is deposed and our hijacking is complete, we may proceed to the Brental Star.
Alright, so what we're about to see,
Excellent. Then I will proceed.
as soon as NROT stops talking, is a couple of opportunities, really one big opportunity, to have your decisions sort of change the outcome of things in a really acute way, like a really obvious way. However, this conversation right here is not one of them.
Please move
This
aside
conversation
immediately.
is going to go one way real fast.
Halt! My lord, this is a restricted area. Captain Orzik's command. You'll have to leave immediately.
Sorry, I'm not quite sure where I am.
This is the command deck entry hatch. No one's allowed in until we reach our destination.
Time is limited. We must proceed to the bridge immediately.
Our orders were to treat any approach as an attack. You need to take your droid and move it.
Now, we can attack, we can say, yeah, I'm not worried about you, or we can say, okay, I'll move.
I'm stepping away. There's no need to be nervous.
Our window to intercept the Brental Star is rapidly closing.
And the
Engaging
droid
expediency
will
measures.
kick things off
Blasters
anyway.
out! Attack! Attack!
Because this
We
is
must
going to be your
proceed to the
first
bridge
sort of
immediately.
encounter, a little mini boss. It's not too big of a deal. He's not a hard fight at all. You just lock him down the same way you do more or less anybody else. Make sure to use your interrupts if you have them. And there you go. Well, there he is. And you'll notice that Kimball and your combat support droid help out quite a bit. After this, it's mostly just some basic enemies, little mobs. You'll notice too that there are those sorts of things going on, but also you can right click if you're a force user on those barrels and they'll take care of some of the mobs for you. So real easy, real straightforward. Just a good way to kind of get used to some of the environmental stuff in the game. Now, since I can't see the thing, I'm going to go ahead and lightning these guys. But there's no barrel there. Okay, so there won't always be a barrel. I thought there used to be one there, but I was mistaken.
If you're concerned about the loss of life, I assure you,
Let's
the
go
deaths
ahead
of
and
all injured crew members
slap
will be
another
strategically
number 6
insignificant.
special down. And keep on doing that. There you go. Bloop. And just jump on over. Merrily jump over the corpses of our fallen enemies. And hit another barrel. Man, y'all should not stand next to such splody things while you yourselves are so delightfully flammable. And you'll notice too that there are also little indicators of where special abilities are being aimed. Stay out of the way of those, and that'll minimize the amount of damage you take. Not that there's too much damage to be taken in this mission, especially on story mode. And just keep on slamming her down. Especially if you're an Inquisitor. Like, your job as an Inquisitor is either to heal or just slam down as much AoE as you can. Crowd control, and you want to be popping those abilities. Anything that's gonna just put as much damage out onto the field as possible. You are Oppenheimer for Star Wars, right? You're over here having a surprising amount of intercourse and also wiping out the Jedi and clicking the wrong buttons, because I, for whatever reason, am just real bad about using my mouse when I should be using hotkeys. Use your hotkeys, guys. Just use your hotkeys. It's so much easier. Alright, there we go. Got another room down, and we're pretty close to the end here. I think just through here is going to be... Yep, okay, so we're to the deck. We've got one more round of a mob here. Some of these guys are acting like they're going to fight you, but they're not. Just take these 4 guys out. Let your companions handle it, or if you have other party members with you. Especially, again, if you're a Sork, you're staying in the back.
All Marines have been neutralized. Scanning for additional threats.
What's going on? Sir, stay calm, Ensign. Everyone stay calm.
No threats
Now,
found.
here's one of
The
the
bridge is now secure.
first places that you can actually affect the outcome of this mission pretty meaningfully. You get to talk to Captain Orzik and his second in command, as well as NRO2. He's kind of guiding you through this mission. And you go, where's
Who's the
captain?
one in charge?
I'm Captain Revenant Orzik. I'm pretty sure I know what this is about. For the record, I take complete responsibility for my actions.
Am I supposed to care?
I'm not looking for a pardon. I just don't want my crew punished. You're here because of the Moff, aren't you? You must want the Bental Star's passenger pretty badly, or maybe he just hates me. The Black Talon would be destroyed chasing a battleship. I've fought in the war before, and I'll fight again, but I don't do suicide missions.
Now, at this point, you've got 2 options. Either you can execute the guy, or you can encourage him and try and keep him, on side and just get him on mission. So, depending on what you do, this is going to pretty heavily affect how the rest of the crew interacts with you and some of the situation at the end. Just to keep some of the effects that happen with the more chaotic option a secret that you can get from playing this mission. I'm going to go ahead and not spoil all of that by sparing him this time. So I'll take
I'm not
that
looking
option,
to make a
and I'll
martyr
even
of
show you
anyone.
later how to
We
hide
can
the light
complete
side,
this
dark
mission and
side
survive.
I expect you believe
button
that.
thing.
I see
so
it differently.
you can focus more
Listen
on
to
your
me.
RP.
You've managed to hijack one ship, and that's
So
certainly
stick around
impressive.
for that. Sub for that
But
if you
taking
want.
on the Bental Star is something else
but
altogether.
definitely keep an eye out
I might
for
be able to get us close, but then you'd have to board it, fight an army of Republic soldiers, and somehow find the general. It's unacceptable.
All right. So let's just get on through this.
The more challenging, the better.
Moff Kilran found an accomplice crazier than he is. Seems I have little choice in the matter. You have my crew. I'll cooperate, for now.
Let's get to work. We don't have much time.
Downloading new orders to all bridge consoles. Priority 1, intercept the Black Talon Star.
You heard the droid, everyone. Prepare to jump to lightspeed.
I'll take a couple of screenshots. Hope you guys don't mind the sound of metal doing its thing.
Emerging from hyperspace now. One Thranta-class warship on the scanners. Powering up...
Yeah,
Enemy is firing.
the old
Turbo
Thranta.
lasers, missiles, and what looks like transport pods. I'm not sure.
Evasive maneuvers. Keep the pods at distance. They look harmless, but they'll latch onto the hull and cut at us with sabotage droids.
Evasive maneuvers. Aye, sir.
Sir, 3 shuttles on an intercept course.
Uh-oh.
An assault party. We don't have sufficient defenses to keep them from landing.
This'll be
I'm
amusing.
giddy with anticipation.
Security will
can
meet you
tell
at the
that
entrance to the
Kevin
shuttle
Ball
bay.
likes you
Defend the ship at all
leaning on
costs,
your power.
and we'll get you to the Bental Star.
So cheap. I was about to say something real untoward about cheap viewers. And your mother there, random bot. Alright.
Secondary power systems damaged.
So,
Non-essential
the
systems
second phase of this starts with you guys getting into it with the Brental Star, which is what you're going to get dealt with. They go right to a boarding action because they give no Fs whatsoever. Your job is going to be, as is tradition, hold your mouse roughly in the middle of the mob and press 6 and then left click. It's a good time. We have fun here. Alright. And occasionally you're gonna have 4. Tell him to get back where you put him. A little bit of force lightning. Now you're on your single target DPS. You're wearing down the last guy. Pop. And he's done. Go grab his stuff. You can sell it. Or it's credits and you can't sell it, but you can use it to buy things. We like buying things here. Get back. Force lightning. Chain lightning is probably not the right thing to use here, but we used it. That's okay. It's not about playing optimally, it's about playing funly. Hit that. Like a hit your mom. It's electric. Lightning strike finishes that big boy off. Alright, and you'll notice too, you've also got the bonus mission here you can do for defeating Republic borders. So that's going to get you extra rewards, I think mostly just XP and cash, but definitely still worth it. Hit that chain lightning, give him a little lightning strike. That was Jolt, that's my bad. Alright, go over here. We want to be nice and thorough. You can kind of skip some of these guys, and you don't have to do the bonus objective if you don't really want to. But I recommend it. There you go. So again, even if it's not necessarily optimal, this is sort of my rotation I like to hit with the Inquisitor, is you take care of the mobs with your number 6. You make sure to use your number 4, that Force Wave, or overload there. to sort of push back the guys that get too close. And there you go. You can also use chain lightning. Where is it? There it is. I don't have a hotkey for it right yet. We'll talk about how to set some hotkeys here a little later. Because I think that is an important thing to know how to do in a classically constructed and laid out MMO, which this is. That being said, this feels different. This feels a lot different than it used to. I think maybe they've... Oh, no. I think they've just, I think it's just been a long time since I've done this one. Okay, so we're down here in a hangar. I was actually a little surprised for a second. But this is why it's good to take breaks. Sometimes you can kind of find things that you enjoy. Now, our whole job is to kill Sergeant Boran and his squad. This is Corporal Haddock and Sergeant Boran. We're gonna hit chain lightning real quick.
You never should have attacked us!
I'm going to switch my targeting to him. And we're going to knock Corporal Haddock down best we can. Maybe don't. Remember, Jolt doesn't just slow them down, or doesn't just stop them, it makes them not able to do that ability for a few seconds, which is real handy.
Imperial arrogance knows no bounds.
Well, that is probably true. Now, you'll notice that Boran is immune to the
worse than you.
Overload. Okay, Boran is down.
If you can hear this, we need you on the bridge.
First thing we get out of this is, well, we've got quite a few cool things. We got casino chips, we got a Force Lord's belt, which is awesome. That's a good thing to pick up. We're going to go ahead and proc that real quick, put it on our equipment. And we don't have to worry about these guys over here to our left now, because we've more or less got this squared away. All we need to do is finish off 2 more guys, and we have done this bonus mission for the Black Talon. Now, this isn't the only Black Talon bonus mission, but it is for this stage. This is, again, we're in that second stage dealing with the boarders on the flight deck. Now we're going to go back up to the command deck and see what the happity haps is.
Damage reports from all decks. We're holding together, sir, but I don't know for how long.
Make it last, Ensign. Don't let us down.
Please stand alert. Grand Moff Kilran's representative has returned.
I see you took care of the Republic assault. Welcome back to the bridge.
Thank you.
Fill me in on the situation.
We've survived the first wave of attacks from the Brental Star. Things will be calm until we enter fighter range. Another minute, maybe 2.
Transmission coming in. Long range. It's a message, but it's not from the Brental Star.
Put it through, Ensign.
This is Jedi Grand Master Satil Shan hailing unidentified Imperial vessel. I'm en route to your location with 16 Republic vessels. I am asking you to retreat before more lives are lost.
Disregard the transmission. Continue closing on the Brental Star.
Understood. Maintaining course and speed.
The Brental Star is under my protection. Our convoy was ambushed and I sent the Star ahead. We will reunite. I just crippled 3 Imperial dreadnoughts. I don't wish to destroy you. The peace between Republic and Empire is fragile enough already.
Peace is a lie, Jedi. The Sith know this.
I won't be drawn into a philosophical debate. Incidents like this are happening across the galaxy, but only because we let them. Leave the Brentel Star to me. If you don't, then may the Force be with you. Because the men and women aboard that ship can hold you off until we arrive, and you will be defeated.
Why do I still hear your voice?
You've made yourself clear. But I suggest you prepare to face a Jedi. And you may want to consider what that means.
Entering fighter
Means
range.
I'm killed
The
Jedi.
Brentel Star is launching its first squadron.
It's time for us to do the same. I assume you'll be leading the boarding party to go after the General?
Time for you to see what a Sith can do.
Good luck. I'm sure you'll have the General in your hands in no time.
I advise that you proceed to the shuttle bay. The flight to the Brental Star may be hazardous, but Grand Moff Kilran has complete faith in your abilities.
Alright, so you guys have made it this far with me, and I appreciate that. So if this is helping, and you're watching this as a pod, hopefully you'll like it, or if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully you'll hit that, subscribe button for more of this stuff. That being said, no pressure. Obviously, I don't judge. I just appreciate you being here. But now we can move on, and we can go to the starboard hangar, and we can get ready to board the Brental Star and move on to the third phase, which is essentially the final phase of this mission. We go over here. Yes, listen. I got confused by that for a second. All right, we're gonna talk to this repair droid. Remember, you can talk to these droids, and maybe grab a med pack and chuck it somewhere on your quick bar just to be safe, especially if you're playing it solo.
Thank you for your patronage.
And there's also stems and stuff there, but we can talk more about stems another time. Let's go ahead and get on over to the Brental Star. This gets a little bit more complex, a little bit more challenging. We've got several enemies. We've got several stages we've got to go through, and it's gonna be a slugfest all the way through. It's a good mission. I like it. Alrighty. So again, now that we're fighting mobs, number 6 is always hot and ready to go. Let's hit that medic though. Watch out, by the way. You can pretty much always see what your enemies are doing. They'll always show you a little action bar like, oh, he's doing this, that, or the other. So you can hit their support enemies and support NPCs and make sure that they don't complete the actions they're doing, like charging their weapons or getting ready to let off a really big attack. A lot of the times, especially with like mid-level, like not super hardcore enemies, you can just do it. Also, you'll notice that there is another bonus mission that you can do here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna keep that in mind. Now, one thing I want to do here is hit a little bit of chain lightning. Don't want to hit them all. And we're gonna hit that one more again. Knock him down. Hit that button there. We've got one still alive. Let's tick that box, and there we go. Took 2 hits, but that's okay. Again, a little bit toastier here. You can tell why I decided to go ahead and just advise you guys to stick it out on the story mode, just to keep things a little easier, get the idea for it. We're gonna hit that back. We're gonna make sure that they are in range for the radius of that blast. And there we go. So again, even though this isn't necessarily a tactics game, it doesn't hurt to think tactically about the way you do things. Now we'll do Force Lightning. We're going to go ahead and chuck our static barrier up. I need to look more at that. So it actually looks like it just resists damage writ large, which is nice. that was a waste of an attack. My bad. You didn't see that. Don't judge me. There we go. Actually meant to hit my 5 key on that, but Ford hit the trick. Alright, and we are good to go. Let's go down to the transport deck. See what kind of paintery we can get into. We got 3 more kills we gotta make on this stage of the bonus mission. Always good. We're gonna go with that. Crap, I meant to... See, even a super elite streamers aren't totally perfect at this game. And I really am super elite, and definitely not just a guy that occasionally gets back into this game for... Yeah. Also a reason I don't screw PvP, so I'm not very good. So, alright. Yeah, we've got to defeat more Republic forces. And there you go, another little, not really even a mini boss, just a hard dude. This is your first little phase of this third act, quote unquote, of the Black Talon.
This is Protocol Unit
Congratulations.
NRO2. I hope you're receiving this message clearly, and that your flight was free of incident. Please hold for Security Coordinator Ensign Brukhara.
The Marines are on their way. They'll follow you in and hold each junction you secure. Try not to take too long. We're not a military ship. What you have is all you're getting.
I don't need an army. I can handle this myself.
Obviously.
Yes, but... I understand.
As a Sith, you have to have as much swagger as humanly possible.
Communications,
whole thing.
And security forces appear to be moving to protect the escape pods. It is extremely likely that the crew is attempting to evacuate the General. You must retrieve or eliminate him before he escapes.
Yes. Alright.
We'll have the General before the crew knows what's happening.
Excellent news. I will be in contact if the situation changes. Proceed to assault all defense points between you and the target.
Alrighty. So, we're on to our next little bit. We've got, again, you can kind of track where you are in this part of the storyline. Or this part of the Brental Star storyline specifically. Yeah, see? By what stage of the Crippled Defenses bonus mission you're on. This is really nice. Likewise, and kind of conversely, you can sort of track where you're supposed to be by how far you've moved along through, you know, the Brental Star. If you're not on this by the time you've done, you know, by the time you what am I saying? Okay, I'm going to back that up. If you've not gotten to this by the time you're roughly here, you've probably missed some enemies. There's going to be some spares, but you're going to have to be real precious about making sure those kills happen.
Security forces,
all right.
prepare to fire.
Now we found our first sort of mini boss for the Brental Star. He's like a Marine or security chief guy. He's pretty cool. He's I want to say he's the same species. Yeah. Same species as Admiral Akbar, which is really cool. And he's definitely pretty hardcore. So let's go ahead. Let's make sure we kill all the extra robots and or droids and whatever we're fighting here. Make sure we've got that squared away. Yeah, I missed an opportunity for a jolt there. That's fine. Chain lightning, probably not the right call there, but it worked. definitely better calls there. And remember, your overload too.
You're
If you're
speaking to
playing
a
an
Special
Inquisitor,
Forces commander, Meat. Show some respect.
Okay, thank you. If you're playing an Inquisitor, remember your overload also happens to serve somewhat as a interrupt. And you've got Chain Lightning too, so you can do a couple of things to handle some crowd control and handle some just multi-target DPS stuffs. All right. Now you might be wondering what these little blue consoles
you think you're
are.
tough meat? Ha! Part of me
These
was hoping you'd try to
blue
board this ship.
consoles are what are going to keep you in the fight if you start to get overwhelmed in terms of heals, and you will if you are not prepared for this fight. TBH. Ah! Rack, I missed that. Oh well. That's fine. We're going to continue to just put as much damage as we can. Be mindful of his attacks. We're going to... Well, we're going to not do that, because this got a super long time to get rehacked, doesn't it? We got to make sure that we're not letting that off at the wrong time. Now he's also going to be dropping little plasma probes. You can see that ability. All they do is just in a little area around them shoot little bits of plasma damage out, right? So just be mindful of those. Don't stand in them, and you'll be okay. It's not hard. Now, because he is an elite enemy, like he's super... It's a lot more aggressive than he used to be. Because he's like a super champion, right? He's a champion boss. He is not going to be susceptible to overload the same way other enemies are. Look, see? That's not going to do anything. Don't worry with it. Just keep this instant on hand. Like that. And, okay, that doesn't work there either. Okay, so champion boss doesn't use that. That's something I needed to be reminded of. I'm sure somebody in the comments or in chat could probably elucidate a little bit more on maybe if I did something wrong there myself. But I'm pretty sure that that's just the way those very strong enemies are. Cool. So, I have a new piece of gear. We're gonna slap that on real fast. Luckily, I didn't need to use any of these, but if you right-click on them, they'll give you a little bit of healing for your party anytime you're in combat. Again, I don't need to use that because we made it through it, but if you do for whatever reason, say you stand in one of those damaging zones, you know, you can go ahead and do that. And bosses will always spawn those, or not spawn, but to have them around them. So that's something you can kind of remember from your time here on the Brental Star, because that'll always be the case for flashpoints, and I think that's regardless of what level of flashpoint it is. Okay, so we have the third stage of crippled defenses, yes, and this kind of takes us into, again, further into the third phase-ish of the Brental Star. We'll have the engine deck here. This is going to take us to our second boss, which you'll see. He's big, he's nasty. We won't be getting all of his abilities. That is the thing about story mode, and the way the modes kind of progress is higher levels of this story versus veteran versus like hardcore or whatever are going to give the enemies access to more tools. So keep that well in mind. Right. Be sure while you're doing this one, you're looking for munitions power consoles, right? They're little blue glowy things, and that's kind of just how it is in Star Wars: The Old Republic. If you're supposed to interact with it, or can interact with it, it's going to look like that. Now, you probably tell I'm fairly cavalier with my HP, so I don't get damaged a lot. I've got two big damage soaky guys just sticking around. That's not always going to be the case, especially if you're playing with other people. Sometimes other people don't do precisely what they need to do. And sometimes they don't have the computer telling them, hey, you need to stop being DP, or stop being a tank and start being DPS, or hey, you need to stop being a tank and be heals for a second, because that's how your companions work. Don't want to waste the click. Lightning strike. We'll do 3. We'll do a 5. We'll do a 2. A 3. And we're done. Alright. Now I've got another one of these. This is the third of 4 that we have to find. There should be one more just on the other side of our G4 or GXR7 Sentinel that we want to take care of. Right, hit a 3, hit a 2. We'll go ahead and put that shield up just in case he decides to aggro on us, but he won't because we got the combat support droid there. We've got this here. Now we could use the bolt or electrocute. I want to call it jolt for some reason. I'm not totally sure why. And we're going to hit this one. This is going to be the last of 4. And now we have another secret mini-boss somewhere around here. Here he is, the GXR7 Command Droid. A champion, just like what we had before. This is not the second boss that I was talking about. This is a sort of surprise extra boss you get for being dumb enough to do all these missions and get yourself in trouble with him. Alright. Stop. Okay, see, it doesn't help. So none of that helps because he is a champion. So don't waste your clicks on that like I've been doing. But I did kind of want to display that they don't work, and I wanted to make sure to reiterate to myself, just to make sure I wasn't doing anything wrong here. We're just going to slam out as much DPS as we can. Our companions are fine because they are, you know, AI companions, and this is story mode. The only person who has any chance of having anything go particularly wrong is me, but I've got Dark Heal. And I've also got a little healy thing. You'll also notice something special about this battle that makes what I said a moment ago kind of not true. There's no heals around. You're raw dogging this one. So be aware of that. And once you're done, you've got casino chips, you've even got more boots. So that's great. Meanwhile, along the way, we've also picked up some crafting stuff. I'm not sure if that's directly from doing this, but you've got some good gear that you're getting as you go along. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into this early direction. No, it's tempting to go in the other door, but that door doesn't open, I don't think. We're just going to keep hammering them. Again, it's wild the amount of damage you can do as a Sith Inquisitor, or Sorcerer specifically. Lightning is awesome. We love lightning. Going to do some chain lightning here, just to do something a little different. Unfortunately, I don't think those guys were close enough for it to really take effect. But that's okay. That's what Storm is here for. Storm's got a nice, big AoE, and a fairly good chunk of DPS. And let's take a second to look at them. We got Force Storm right here. We do 60 force and dealing, 205 damage up to 8 targets within 8 meters. And then Chain Lightning is 250 to 269. So it's more damage, but it, for whatever reason, didn't bounce the same way. And hey, we didn't have to click that button. Our companions just took care of everything for us. It's all good. Heck, you're still doing a tremendous amount of damage either way, so it's all good. Don't have to worry too much. Let's do for chain lightning real quick. Let's see how this does on this this set of enemies. Okay, is it not? See, that doesn't feel like it's actually jumping, which is kind of weird. Now, if you know what's going on with that, why that's not working, let me know in the comments or in chat, because I got nothing. By all right, well, let's have a look at it. Let's break this down. Okay, so it does targets within 8 meters of the primary target. Chain lightning. Ooh, hold on, I bet you I know why. Within 8 meters. So I think this is. That's got to be a radius of 8 meters, right? Not a diameter. So I think there's something a little funky with that. There's is that Yadira?
The escape pods aren't far now. You can make it on your own, General.
And what about you?
I'm a little shocked that I knew her name off the top of my head, but here we are. And this is it. The big fight. Let's sit back and enjoy it.
I will face my destiny. Go now, my friend. Halt where you are. I am Yadira Ban, Padawan of the Jedi Order. I was sent to protect the General, and you will not pass.
Your master sent you? Really? My first teacher tried to kill me too.
Then it's true. You Sith are a mockery of everything the Jedi believe in. But I intend to drive you back, meter by meter if need be, just as the Republic pushed the Sith Empire into the dark of the galaxy.
You think you scare me?
I don't need to scare you, only defeat you, and that I can do.
Alright, so again, we've got our little Healy boys around here, and we've got our final fight. This is with Yadira Ban, and she's a pretty interesting enemy.
You may stand your ground, but you'll go no farther.
You'll notice that she actually has some abilities that pull targets to her, and you'll need to sort of
you aren't going to win this. I swear it.
You need to be on the lookout for that, because she'll pull it to you. You look at that Nova, and she's going to start jumping around like crazy when she does it. It's not as bad on this one, but on higher levels of difficulty, it can be extremely annoying.
You aren't going to win this.
So anytime she does that Cyclone Nova, you want to step back. You want to start looking. Yeah, because look, once she did that, she hits the ground, she knocks the enemies down and back, and she starts bouncing around like nuts. So you want to be real aware of that, and just
you aren't going to win this.
Don't
I swear
let her get that off, whatever you do. Now you'll also notice you have Unbreakable Will. We'll see how much easier it is.
You aren't going to win this.
Okay,
I swear
if you have Unbreakable Will, now you can just back up like normal, and she's done nothing to you. Unfortunately, you can only use that once every 2 minutes, which is a really long cooldown. Honestly, kind of brutal. But it is there. If you ever realize that you've been stuck into it, it's a good way to kind of...
You aren't going to win this.
Kind of nope
I swear
out of it. But you'll notice your companions are not really set up to deal with it. But that's okay. You are, and that's what matters. Just be aware of that, and be aware, again, that it gets far worse if you are playing on higher levels of difficulty. Alright, so we've got that. We didn't need to heal or anything like that. And now, after we've defeated this Jedi and every other armed member of the ship's crew, these 4 people think, yeah, we can take this guy. It doesn't matter that you are death incarnate. They'll still try and win.
Inwaitais anaman faijas.
Which is just hilarious to me. Now, one thing I want to show you guys, I'll show you guys that later. I was going to show you guys how to turn off the thing, but I don't want to waste too much time in this video doing that. So we're going to hit the general real quick.
You can put aside your weapons. I won't try to run. Besides, I doubt I'd make it to an escape pod without my intestines spilling out.
I might just spill your intestines myself. I don't need you alive.
I'm well aware of Imperial policy regarding my kind. I was a general in the Imperial military service. Did they tell you that when they sent you here? Did they even know?
Why would you betray the Empire?
If you knew what I knew, you'd understand. If you'd heard what both sides are plotting, you wouldn't be eager to restart this war. They're building doomsday weapons, shields that envelop planets, missiles that darken suns. Republic and Empire are planning to raise worlds, annihilate civilizations. It will be unlike anything the galaxy's seen since the Great Hyperspace War. And it's too late to stop it. The so-called peace is already lost.
If that's true, why defect to the Republic?
There's no place for me in the Empire anymore. I thought my last act might be to even the odds, create a stalemate. It doesn't seem to matter anymore. You have me then. Me, my stomach full of blood, and my implant full of cybernetic secrets and stolen plans. What will you do?
You're no use to me alive.
So be it. We're all as good as dead anyway.
Alright, so that's the general. And this is more or less the end of the quest. You've got some more dialogue here, and basically just to return to the Brental Star, or not to the Brental Star, to the Black Talon. So let's go ahead and do that. Basically allow us to turn in the quest, get our last bits of rewards, and all that good stuff. Now, I like that conversation with the general, though, because it gives you a little insight, again, a little bit more insight into what's going on during that Cold War period, and a little bit of foreshadowing of the things you're going to see throughout
Captain
all
Ozzy
8
here.
of the storylines.
I understand you're on your way back. I assume congratulations are in order. Our Marines have been recalled to the Black Talon. As soon as you're aboard, we'll jump to lightspeed. Republic reinforcements could arrive at any minute.
I understand completely.
I'll see you on the bridge. Congratulations again. Ozzy out.
Yep. Okay. Never be afraid to pull up your map. Even after years of playing, sometimes I still kind of blank on things. Oh, and don't forget that you can pull out your trusty lizard bird lizard, whatever, your mount, even here, which is kind of wild. I don't quite know why, but it is convenient. So I'm going to take advantage. You can do that in several of these flashpoints. Right, and now we're back. We can even pop over, see if there's any junk to sell or anything like that over at the droid. Thank you for your patronage. Now, remember too, if you don't pick, if you don't put on the stuff that you pick up, you can always just sell it on the market if you're, if you're good with that. And you can make some decent money, though honestly the stuff you get on these lower level ones fairly common, so I don't expect the moon. Alright, so now we're gonna finish it up. We're gonna talk to NRO2 and the rest of the crew of the Black Talon and call it a night.
Well,
or day,
the
or
heroes of the
whatever
day
time
return.
it is.
Welcome back, my lord.
Indeed, I had my doubts, but you pulled this mission off.
I'm happy to see you're so pleased.
What's not to be pleased about? You spared my life, and we eliminated an enemy of the Empire.
Grand Moff Kilrin is eagerly awaiting your report. Should I put him through?
It's your command again. Make the call.
Put the Grand Moff through.
Opening channel now.
Well, how fortunate I could reach my friends aboard the Black Talon. The droid's been keeping me appraised of your work, but I very much wanted to hear from you. How did the attack go?
The Brental Star has been disabled, and the General is dead.
Pity you couldn't bring him back alive, but really it makes little difference. You should be proud. This is only one of the many operations we're conducting across the galaxy. It's a new beginning to the war. The General was one of the greatest weapons the Republic had, a defector. And you've snatched him from enemy hands. I'll remember this, and I'll make sure you're rewarded.
It livened up the journey. I appreciate the distraction.
Ah, yes. When military strategy and Sith entertainments combine, it's surely a good day. But my words hardly matter. Soon you'll be joining us on the home world, and you can see for yourself what you've been fighting for. It should be inspiring. Enjoy the rest of your journey. Kilrin out.
Alright, and there you go. Now all we have to do, if we want to turn this in, is just right-click on that terminal, and we can decide which way we want to go. We can either return to the Imperial Space Station, Viking Space Dock, or we can go on to Dromund Kaas like we had intended. Guess which one we're gonna do? Because we have places to be, people to kill. It's a good time. And I gotta be honest, I'm excited to see some of the new things here. But anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, that is the end of the walkthrough of the Black Talon. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. And if you want more of that sort of content, be sure to subscribe or come and follow me over on Twitch, because I try and stream more or less daily, though the time zones are a little squishy right now. I'm finding my place. But yeah, just come on over and say howdy. Love to hear from you. But I also stream on YouTube as well, so we're simulcasting to two services. And yeah, I've been Steel Walrus. You've been awesome, and may the Force be with you. Now, for the rest of you all, we're gonna take just a cup